Man, the other day, some guy commented on my video and said that he didn't like my pregame intros to my videos. You know what I have to say to that? Man, sit your ass down. I'm the best. I'm the best. What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Darren. I'm the Bowtie Fragranceguy, and I love looking good and smelling amazing. So if that interests you and you love looking good and smelling great, then guess what? You probably stumbled upon the right channel. Why don't you go ahead and click on the subscribe button. And while you're at it, go ahead and click on the bell icon as well. That way you can make sure that you get notified every time I release a new video. So today, guys, I'm going to be doing something that I haven't done before. I just want to kind of talk to you guys a little bit about some of my latest pickups that I've gotten in my collection. Some of the ones that are really interesting to me and that I'm really taking a liking to. You guys probably already know this. When you are a lover of fragrances, you're a frag head or whatever you want to refer to yourself as. If you love fragrances, then you understand that you're always getting fragrances in, or at least I am. And these aren't all the fragrances that I've acquired, but over the last month and a half or so, these are some of the fragrances that I've acquired that I really enjoy. So I just want to kind of quickly talk about those fragrances. There are 7 fragrances that I want to mention. So if you want to hear about that, then you know how we do it. Keep it locked right here. All right, guys, I'm back. Thank you so much for keeping it locked in. We're going to go ahead and jump right into these fragrances. First fragrance up that I want to talk about, guys, is from the house of Rouge, and it's called Santal des Indes. I really like this one right here, guys, because one of my favorite fragrance notes in perfumery is the note of sandalwood. But what I like about this one is this is a very spicy, kind of masculine take on the note of sandalwood. I think there's leather in here. You have a little bit of a hint of rose, a little bit of oud. But of course, as the name indicates, the Santal, there is some sandalwood in here. But again, I really like this one, guys. I think that when the fall season rolls around, this one is going to be something that I really can wear because it's very unique. I haven't smelled anything like this one. As you guys know, sandalwood is a little bit of a softer woody note, not as sharp or dry as you may get like with a cedar wood or something like that, but it's really typically a creamier, a little bit softer, a little bit sweeter woody note. And to have it here when I can pick up the sandalwood, but again, it's just a very spicy, like I said, masculine take on it with notes like leather in it. It really makes for a unique combination of notes with a unique scent DNA. And like I said, it's something that I really like. So this is one that I look forward to wearing. Again, it's, to my nose, really set better for the fall season and maybe winter. But guys, I'm looking forward to rocking this one. This is from Rouge. And again, this is Santal des Indes. Guys, the next fragrance that I picked up that I actually just got this one. I had a sample of it, but man, I had to get a full bottle of this. This one is from the house of Frederic Malle. This is Iris Poudre. Iris Poudre. I really enjoy this fragrance, man. It's just a very unique floral fragrance. I'm finding that with the house of Frederic Malle, although I love fragrances like Musk Ravageur, I'm finding that their floral fragrances are really great. The quality of the fragrance, I think, is really what's drawing me to the house of Frederic Malle. Like all the fragrances that I put my nose on, even though I may not have been a fan of all of them, for instance, like Monsieur, that's just too animalic for me. I didn't really care for it. But I can tell that the quality is there in the fragrances. So I'm really finding, though, again, the quality that they have in their fragrances. I'm really being attracted to a lot of their floral-based fragrances, and this is one of them right here that features a note of iris. So you do pick up some iris in this, but right off the top, you know, it's funny, they list the iris and musk as a base note, but I get that like in the first couple minutes. I get a huge burst of the iris and I get the musk. I get a heavy dose of musk on my skin when I spray this. So although it's floral, again, it's super high quality but it's really a masculine kind of vibe that I get with this one right here as well, that balances out the florals. The guys, I think it has carnation and ylang-ylang, maybe even jasmine. I think a lot of florals going on in here, but again, it's balanced very well with some of the other notes in here, and I really dig this stuff. I don't hear many people talk about this particular fragrance from Frederic Malle. You hear about the Carnal Flower, you hear about Musk Forever Joy, you hear about Portrait of a Lady, but not a lot of people talk about this one, and I really like this one, guys. This again is called Iris Poudre. The next fragrance that I picked up recently here over the past 2 months, this one is from the House of Parfums de Marly, and this one is Habdan. And I'm gonna tell you right now, this is gonna be in my top either fall or winter list, I'm not sure, because this stuff is delicious, I'm telling you. Guys, this one features notes of myrrh. It has rose, of course, which you guys know I love rose. It has, what else is in this? It has caramel, and it has apple. And I've heard a lot of people talk about that whole thing about the vibe of a candy apple. I get it. The candy, of course, candy type of accord. You got apple in it, and of course you have caramel. So, of course, it's gonna kind of remind you of a candy apple. But man, guys, this stuff is delicious. I slept on this one for a little while. It took me a little bit of time to acquire this one. I picked up Wajan first and some of the other ones, but I'm so glad I have this in my collection because I absolutely adore it. It has a gourmand twist to it, but of course, I can pick up one of my favorite notes as well, which is that rose, and man, it just makes for a very nice fragrance that you can wear in the fall time. I think fall is probably the most appropriate, but I really like this one from the House of Parfums de Marly. This is Habdan. The next fragrance that I picked up that I really enjoy, man, comes from the House of Naxos, and this one is called Baronda. Man, this stuff is good. If you like a nice boozy fragrance, oh man, this is the one for you right here. It has a beautiful whiskey accord in this fragrance, as well as some ambrette. Something in here kind of comes across to me almost like a vibe of honey. Not really sure what that is, but it blends very well again with the whiskey accord. I think there's even a little bit, I get a hint of rose in this as well. And like I just said, I love rose. Man, I'm telling you, Naxos, guys, make some of the sexiest fragrances that you will find on the market today, outside of the House of Killian. And man, if you guys have never put your nose on Baronda and you love a nice boozy scent, this is one that I highly recommend that you put your nose on, because I'm really enjoying this one, man. Again, so from the House of Naxos, this is Baronda. Next up, guys, this one is from the House of Killian. I did include, of course, all the fragrances that I've picked up over the past 2 months from the House of Killian, which have been quite a few. But this is one that I do want to mention. I've already talked about Sacred Wood, but also this one right here, man, Straight to Heaven Extreme. Straight to Heaven Extreme. I told you guys before, the original is a very sexy fragrance, and this is even sexier. They amped up the vanilla in this as well as the rum accord, and man, I'm telling you guys, this stuff right here is absolutely fantastic. This is even sexier than the original Straight to Heaven. So again, go figure. Absolutely love this stuff. It's super boozy. It's got a slight gourmand twist to it with that nice vanilla, so you get a boozy vanilla vibe with this, of course, with the cedar wood. Absolutely love this stuff right here from Killian. Well, Killian Paris now. This one is called Straight to Heaven Extreme. The next fragrance that I want to talk about is back in the house of Killian, which is Killian Paris now, and this one is Vodka on the Rocks. Vodka on the Rocks, man, I slept on this one for a while, but I'm so glad that I finally put this one in the collection because it's beautiful. When I heard Killian talk about making this fragrance, he talked about how he used the aldehydes to give this vibe of vodka actually cooling down on ice. And man, to be able to capture that in a bottle is just phenomenal, man. This is some good juice right here. Again, I'm glad that I got my hands on it, man, because I smelled it and for some reason I kept kind of passing it by. But about a month ago, with my family, we took a trip to the mall, went to Nordstrom's, and I put this on my skin and walked around, and I just had to get a bottle. So From the house of by Killian Paris. This one is Vodka on the Rocks. The last fragrance that I want to mention tonight, guys, comes from the house of Frederic Malle again. This one is called French Lover. French Lover. I think they've changed the name of this. I think it's called Bois d'Orange, if I'm not mistaken. But man, this is a super sexy fragrance right here as well. I'm going to tell you what this reminds me of. If you've never smelled this one, but you put your nose on Spice and Wood from Creed, this is Spice and Wood amped up a little bit. This is a little bit greener than Spice and Wood, but man, it's very, very similar. But I love this stuff. I love Spice and Wood. It's a very elegant and regal fragrance, but this one is the same, but it's a little bit sexier than Spice and Wood. Like I said, it's so funny. I did a video the other day and a young lady mentioned in the comments, this is one of the best fragrances she's ever smelled on a guy. And it was so funny because I knew I was going to talk about this fragrance coming up. But listen, she was telling the truth, guys. This is a beautiful, sexy scent from Frederic Malle. Like I said again, just to put you in the mindset of what this smells like. It smells very, very similar to Spice and Wood by Creed. But again, they have it's a greener and a little bit, honestly, a little bit spicier than Spice and Wood as well. But you kind of get that same vibe. It's like you have a nice woody undertone to the fragrance, but you have some nice fruity accords. And again, with this one, some very, very green accords as well. But guys, just a sexy fragrance. Very, very well done. 2 thumbs up to the house of Frederic Malle for this one right here. I think the perfume on this one is Pierre Baronda. So shouts out to you for making this one right here. Beautiful fragrance from the house of Frederic Malle. Again, this is a French Lover. All right, guys, that's it. That's my time. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video as I kind of talk to you guys about some of my latest fragrance pickups that I've really been enjoying lately in the collection. I always appreciate you guys taking the time out to watch these videos because, of course, I know you could have been doing anything else in the world, but you took the time out to watch this video, and I don't take that for granted. I sincerely appreciate that. Now, don't forget to take the time to like, comment, and subscribe, and share these videos out to other folks that you think could use this information or find me entertaining. Because I'm your main man, Darren, the Bowtie Fragrance Guy. I love to look good, and of course, I love to smell amazing. So until next time, guys, keep looking good, keep smelling even better. I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace.